welcome back to the soundstage at METALCon 2023 in Las Vegas. This is the Coffee Conversations live soundstage sponsored by New Tech Machinery. I'm Heidi Ellsworth, and you may or may not know, but METALCon has some of the best educational classes around. In fact, they're all over the show floor. I'm looking at one right now where you can get all kinds of educational credits, architects, you name it. It's pretty amazing, a whole solar booth. But today, we brought our friend JP from ASC because you're a speaker.
I was a speaker this morning. I was fortunate to be invited for this. I mean, I've gone to METALCon in the past, but it was a great opportunity to speak, and I had a good showing. We spoke about digital transformation and customer experience, and what does that mean to the industry going forward. So it was really good.
So important. Important. So you know what? Before I want to ask a few more questions on that, but first of all, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your companies?
Yeah, sure. Well, first name is John. I go by JP. I've been in the metal industry now for 9 years. I work for ASC Profiles, LLC, and AEP Span. And my focus is the head of technology, digital transformation, and customer experience. So I ran the marketing group for many years, and now I'm trying to get the industry to recognize, transform forward with technology and understand what that represents to us going forward in the next 3 to 5 years. So
you know, we like that because we do a lot of digital.
Great,
and we love having ASC and AEP Span on the site. It's been so fun to work with your team. Great job. And really bringing all that digital to the forefront is so important. In fact, we had I know we had an article talking about you speaking. We also have information on our directories. So let's talk just a little bit about the audience. When the audience came in, they're looking to really change their businesses or to find the latest and greatest. What were some of the things, questions or engagement that you had when you were speaking?
Well, it was really interesting because sometimes when you show up a group like this, you're not sure. A lot of it's contractors, and it's like, is the audience right? And I thought, no one's going to show up, but surprisingly it was full.
Awesome.
Sold out, which was great. There was an interest, but there was a great interest in where do I take my company next? How do I transform my company? How do I get my culture set to transform? Not so much technology, and how I build that base, and then the realization that the customer experience is your value proposition. It's your discriminators, not just cost or product. So they really started asking good questions. They wanted copies of the presentation. They were taking pictures. So
I love it.
It was really engaged. I didn't think that from this audience, but having given this talk before, but it was really engaging. They thought, I need to change some things in order to stay relevant the next 3 to 5 years.
I think the time is now. The time is now that
absolutely.
The companies are having to change. And you know what? I think you're right. One of the most important parts of when you're bringing software into your company, when you're changing your CRM or how you do your production, is to get the culture right. People have to accept the technology, or else it kind of bombs.
It will. I mean, 70% of transformation projects fail because the culture is not aligned.
Right.
The people don't know what they're supposed to do. They don't have idea how it connects to strategy, and they're like lost. So getting them on board, getting them behind the process, understand how it creates a better employee engagement for them, helps them do the job. They become part of the solution, and it goes from there. But absolutely, that's the foundation element, is the culture. Absolutely right.
And I really feel like at one point, and this probably isn't now, but maybe in the past, decade or so, that a lot of people they thought technology's going to take my job.
Right.
I'm not going to have a job because of technology.
Right.
But when you look around this show floor and you see the technology that's out there, whether in the metal forming machines, I'm looking right across at pallets and forklifts. It's with the labor shortage, it's not taking jobs. It's actually helping.
That's spot on. We expect a lot of transformation in the labor pool in the next 3 to 5 years. We see a lot of people generationally shift out, a new generation coming in who want to use technology, expect technology, and so you're right, it doesn't replace your job, it's freeing up time so you can do other things. If you're a salesperson, you spend more time with customers. In customer service, you focus on key account solving problems, let technology run the gamut there, but that new generation of employees, they're looking for technology as part of this company this industry rather, and they want those companies to embrace it.
It's an expectation.
It's absolutely an expectation.
I think the technology is an expectation, and the culture to match the technology is also an expectation, because respect, doing things the right way, looking at modern techniques is so important for recruiting.
It's absolutely key. The inclusion factor, the environmental and social responsibility, that generational folks are looking for those types of things now, and they're going to shy away from companies who don't respect it or try to invest in it, and it's going to create a huge labor vacuum if people aren't careful.
It's going to be a differentiator for businesses who do it, because they're going to be prepared and going to be able to really make things happen, while others are still trying to catch up.
Exactly, and most of the Gen Z population, they don't look at construction as a technology industry.
Right,
it's
they don't,
Construction, I have any idea, so it's our responsibility to try to convince them that we're heading the right way to attract and retain those type of skill bases.
Exactly, I love it. I love that you're speaking on that. I love that you're bringing, I mean, I know that, the parent company, Bluescope, is so planet passionate, right? And is so committed to these type of technologies, this type of conversation. And that's one of the reasons we love having you on our site so much. It really brings such a fresh, strong perspective.
I do. I really appreciate taking the time to speak with me. It does. It keeps us evangelizing that message for the rest of the industry, and so we can keep up with everybody else. And like I said earlier, attract and retain that next generation of talent, because that's what they're looking for in businesses.
That's it, 100%. Well, JP, now any other speaking? Are you done?
No, this was it. I think they had enough of me.
I don't think so. I could listen for quite a lot bit longer.
Oh, you're just being nice. It's not a paid endorsement, but that's all right.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sharing your wisdom at the conference. And we'll be getting you on Metal Coffee Shop and do a little bit more, and Roofers Coffee Shop, and do a little bit more of this.
I'd love to. Anytime.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.